How's it going, everyone? Harrison Singer here, once again in front of the most beautiful skyline in the world. At this point, I've said it so many times, I think it's fair to say, am I right?
It's a beautiful skyline, man.
So I'm with another very special guest. I am with someone that, when I first heard this man's music, I was back at Syracuse with a bunch of my shout out Montclair, that's for sure. Shout out Montclair, New Jersey. First time I heard this man's music, I was like, damn, I could get sturdy as hell to this. It is my pleasure, with that being said, to introduce the one and only Amaru Cloud. Amaru, how's it going?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's good to have you. How's your day been so far?
It's been all right. Today I was just in the house with my son.
How's fatherhood been, though, in general?
Nah, it's been good. It's been good. It's not. I feel like it's not as crazy as people say.
Okay.
I feel like it's about to get like more serious when I get older.
Yeah.
And, like when he gets older, but like him as a baby, it's been pretty good. It's been calm. He's chill too. He doesn't do too much.
Who's on like diaper duty and like late night wake ups and shit like that?
His mother.
Yeah.
100%.
Nah, but we're gonna get into a bunch of stuff with Amaru over here. We're gonna be talking about his upcoming project. Details on that. That's not too far away, if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm looking forward to that and talking more about it. We're going to be talking about his upbringing, starting out with music, I guess, originally being born in Queens, but then bouncing around and ending up in Jersey like you did.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about locking in with some crazy-ass names, that I've seen you, make music with, but then just also lock in general with. And, I mean, I can't wait to talk about that because that shit seems crazy.
It's just a fact.
And also just life outside of music and more, just shit like that. But be sure to subscribe to the new channel at Harrison Singer. Leave a like, a comment, all that. Also, great news, this podcast is officially available on all streaming platforms. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can get this podcast. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, iHeart. I don't give a fuck. It's there. So go support, go stream, go listen. Whether you're at the gym, whether you're cooking dinner, whether you're in the car, it don't matter. Give us a listen, like, follow, subscribe. But anyway, first thing that I want to get right into is this project that you've been talking about. That's on the way, right?
Yeah. Now
Can you tell me about that.
I'm doing this is like my first like big project. You feel me? Like putting everything behind it. I feel like it's just everything, kind of like all of my different sounds, like put together. Because I feel like before I was leaning to certain sounds, and then other time leaning to different sounds, and it's like everything in one together.
Yeah, I definitely want to have the conversation about your sound, how it's evolved.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And before we get there, I just I have a few questions about this project because I'm so excited for it. But one of those things is there a name for this project?
Yeah, it's called The Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
Yeah,
so like MJ type shit.
Yeah. Nah, it's more about just like I feel like I kept like getting in, like putting myself in a box, like doing like this sound or that sound, or feeling like I can't do this or I can't, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So it's just like the last time of me, like after this, I'm just doing what I want to do, like doing my own music.
So you're gonna be showcasing your versatility, is that?
Yeah, it's like everything, just all the different sounds over the years, like just all put together.
Absolutely.
Just like,
absolutely. How many tracks is that gonna be?
It's 10.
10 tracks.
Yeah, 10.
So is it considered a tape or a full album?
No. I consider it an album.
Bet.
Yeah,
Copy that.
My first
Copy
album.
that. Put in a lot into it. You're gonna be like super careful with like those 10 tracks that you pick.
Oh no, I already picked them. I've already been picked them. But it was kind of like just making sure everything is like these drill songs for these people, like these dance hall songs for these people, like these slow songs for these people.
How much Spanish vibes do you have on it too?
Like with how many Spanish type songs?
Yeah,
like that type thing that I do. Nah, probably like 3, 4.
Bet. Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. Any features the people can look forward to?
Yeah, I have I got G Herbo, I got Jasper on it, I got Critch on it.
Yep.
I got Gwuapo on it, and then I got Luh Tyler on it. That's
okay, bet.
Yeah, right.
So most of which are artists you've collaborated with in the past that you've built, I guess, a considerable rapport with now, right?
Yeah, most of them are. Yeah, most of them are for
Fire.
sure.
I feel like G Herbo might. I was just going. They did the Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
I'm on Apple Music more often than Spotify.
Yeah.
My number one artist was G Herbo.
Really?
So yeah, I'm excited to hear the first song you guys put out.
The Memphis.
Fire. Yeah, that was fire.
Nah, that's
I saw you were posted up with G Herbo in the studio saying like part 2 is coming. So it's good to know that that's going to be on the project.
Yeah, it's like the third song. It's the third song.
Absolutely, it's track 3.
Yeah.
So that's just going to give everyone a nice reminder. Be ready for it. We got The Last Dance. Go stream that as soon as it hits streaming platforms.
100%.
Go support Amaru. But now that we covered, the project, and perhaps it might not be the last time we talk about it.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to kind of dig back a little bit to the humble beginnings, right?
From everything.
Yeah, like how it all got started, right? Because you were telling me, like, your story, I guess, isn't quite out there as much as you would think.
I mean, because I just don't be talking about it, like, just in general. So it's like if somebody says something, I don't be like, oh, nah, this is that or that. This is probably the first time I, like, talk about it. But it's,
Thank you for doing it here. I mean, appreciate that.
Of course, gang. Nah, but yeah, I was born in Astoria in Queens with, like, my mother. And then I moved to Brooklyn, like, by Ocean Parkway and all of that.
I've heard you say by Prospect Park, too.
Yeah, Prospect Park, yeah. So I moved there right after that, and I was there for a little while, and then kind of around, like, the end of, like, elementary, I moved to Montclair.
Okay.
And that's where I moved to Montclair, and then I stayed there from, like, my end of elementary to middle school, and then I went to Newark, and then I went to St. Benedict's Prep, like this Catholic school, and then I went there for, like, 2 years, and then after that, I went back to Montclair. And yeah, so that's how everything. And then after that, I left high school, and I went to Connecticut, Hartford, for 1 year. And then, halfway through the year, I was like, I don't really want to do that. And then I dropped out, so I dropped out of Hartford. And then when I dropped out of Hartford, that's when I started doing music. So then I went back to New York, and I was just really living with my mother, like living with whatever. This is when this is a little minute ago. And then, I don't know, I was just trying to figure it out. So that's when I started just putting out my music for real. I was never really doing it officially like that. And then I started putting out the music. And after that, I started, like, trying to find every different way. So it's like Penthouse, that studio?
Yeah.
At Times Square. Like, I'd wait outside there. And then I'd wait outside there, like, for, like, every day. And, like, people would laugh at you, whatever, do things like that.
You can't give a fuck. You got your eyes on the prize, though.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I did that. And then I waited outside that show that Akademiks and Joe Budden had. Yeah, I waited.
Everyday Struggle?
Yeah, Everyday Struggle.
Yep.
And I waited outside there for, like, maybe 3 months. And I came at, like, 5 a.m. every day for 3 months, for real. And it was cold as hell. And then literally I went there, and then I kept telling Act to post me. And then he'd never do it. And then literally I kept doing it. And then Joe Budden, like, ended up telling him. Like, it was to a point where it's like security knew, like, everything. You know what I'm trying to say?
They knew who you were.
Yeah. Like, when I walked in, like, I sat with them. I spent my mornings with them. Like, and I stayed there until, like, maybe 2, 3 p.m. until they was done. And then literally, and then Act finally, I think it was on, it was maybe in January of, like, 2018 or 2019 or something. He just DM'd me, and he was like, Merry Christmas. And then he finally posted me, and that's what started, like, my music.
And the song that he posted was the video. It was 40 Dancing, right? With Jay Critch.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
No. Was it? No. It was this song called On My Waist. It was
On My Waist. Okay, so that was the one with Savage.
Yeah. All of them. Yeah.
Juicev, right?
Yeah. So that was like how I started my whole music career.
Right. And that was the first, like, real song you ever recorded, was it not?
Yeah.
So that's crazy to see how things have came. I had a question about the Akademiks thing for later in the interview. I thought I was going to have it phrased so perfectly, right? Because I was going to ask you, like, you're talking about in Andale, like, running up on people fast, right? Andale.
Yeah.
Did it go down that way with Akademiks? Right?
It was like...
It took time.
Crazy. Yeah, it took so long. Nah, but yeah, but I knew he was going to do it in the end, though. Like, you feel me? Because I knew he told me, but it was just about, like, I knew after he seen me, like, it was a whole thing, too, after he posted it, because everybody was like, at that time, like, now it's a company. Like, Akademiks page, if you see how many people are posted, like, I get spread off every post. So I'm saying, like, at that time, though, he didn't want to do that, so he wasn't posting anyone. So if he posted somebody, he didn't get paid at that time.
He was like really focusing on, like,
his own brand. Like, he was doing all his videos and everything, so he wasn't posting nobody. That's why it meant so much more. Like, I'm talking about, like, I had labels interested in me after that one post.
That's a great story. Like, that is a story of perseverance. Right?
Yeah.
Would you say that is? Because
of course.
You were sitting outside every day. I mean, Joe Budden and all this stuff. Like, you.
Yeah. I didn't even have a call or nothing. I was on the bus station.
This was what, after you had moved out to LA? Like, you had to put...
No. This was right after I left Hartford.
So I was in LA.
In New York.
Yeah.
It was Times Square. It was around that whole area.
So in waiting outside of the set for Everyday Hustle, I guess one of the times you were doing that, correct me if I'm wrong, was one of those times, the first time you met G Herbo?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Here we go.
Yeah,
So...
That was But nah, yeah, I just met him on some fan
Well,
shit at
I'm
that
curious since you guys have obviously since linked in the studio multiple times. You
Yeah,
shot a
after-
video together for one of your songs you have with him.
point. Yeah.
Is that something you've gotten to speak with him about? Like, yo, I met you like when I was literally waiting outside hoping to get my shit posted by Akademiks.
Nah. I never brought that up. I'm not gonna lie. I have a lot of moments like that with a lot of different artists that I've like ended up working with now. But like, nah, I don't ever bring
cool,
that up.
though, yeah.
I don't know. But I don't even remember that. Like, I remember that with you saying that. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But that's not something that I like.
There you go. That's what I'm here for. I gotta get you back in your nostalgic bag, hopefully. You know what I mean? Reflect on the come up a little bit.
Nah, that's crazy though. That is a fact.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
I mean, that's crazy that
That's
you
the
met him.
first time I
Sometimes
met
it's
you,
just
yeah.
God's plan. You know what I mean? The way shit works out. Full circle moment. Sounds like.
Yeah, that was.
But I'm still, bringing it back a little bit. What kind of kid would you say you were? What kind of kid were you like?
Like growing up?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I was just a regular kid. I wasn't really like I mean, I would do sports, like I played basketball and stuff like that, and you know, I ran track for a little bit at St. Benedict's, but like, nah, not nothing crazy. I was just really to myself. I really was just like, my mind was always on like kind of acting and like music. That's
Right.
really where I was at.
So if I'm not mistaken, it was acting before music.
Yeah,
right?
it's acting
Were you on
first.
like NBC Dateline or some shit like
Nah,
that?
yeah, when I was like 11.
11.
Yeah.
And you didn't start even like, this might even be a stretch, but fucking around at least a little bit with music until what, like you were 13 or something like that?
Yeah, maybe when I was 13, and then I like I put a mic in my closet and I
Yeah.
started recording my own things.
Right.
But before that, it was definitely acting. Like I was doing that for real. I was in Argo. the
Okay,
Ben Affleck
yeah,
movie
yeah,
and
that's
shit
sick.
like that.
That's
But
sick.
yeah, nah. But that was like when I was super, like that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely
So
a
which
starter.
studios were you cleaning around this time?
Oh yeah. Nah, I was when I was around that time, I was cleaning somebody named Endo.
Okay.
Endo, he's an artist and artist, engineer, everything, producer, all of that in New Jersey. But he was who taught me like melodies. Like I didn't really know how to do that until him, and I didn't really know how to like record or like sound at a high level because I was just recording myself on GarageBand. But yeah, he let me like clean up the studio, and then it was called DFG Recording Studio, and then he'd give me like recording time to when I cleaned up. So I would do it like I'd probably clean up for the day or something like that, and then it was more like being an intern, like doing different things around there for free, and then like he'd let me record for like 2 hours.
You still have any of those files that you recorded?
No, yeah, I have a lot. Like I'll play it on my laptop. I have a couple.
I would love to hear those.
That was when I was like trying to figure it out. Like at the first, that was probably like the first point I was like,
Right.
getting nice.
Right. And like you got, I guess, really like serious in like 2017, 2018, you could say.
Yeah.
3 years later is when
Yeah,
like you
word.
realized you might have something here. Type.
Nah, yeah, 2018 is when I was like, I'm gonna really go for it, and I just like believed in it. Type.
Right. The songs like 40 on My Waist, which we mentioned, right? Like Can't Hate on Me.
Oh yeah,
Deuce Deuce, right? All that stuff.
That was all with Endo. That was like all that stuff. Endo and Clay. That was the ones that I was
Yeah,
doing.
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I didn't know that was all recorded at Endo's studio.
Yeah, all
That's
those
sick.
songs, or different ones that he'd go to, because he'd move around a lot.
Right.
But yeah, all of those ones, that's what it was recorded at.
How'd you end up getting coming up with the stage name Amaru Cloud, or like
And that's my name.
that's like your
That's so crazy.
Cloud
that
is a
that's
sick last
crazy.
name.
That's
I
crazy
wouldn't
that
have
he know
thought,
all the
yeah.
other things, but you don't know that one.
I had no idea Cloud.
Nah,
was your
that
last
like
name.
my whole family is like the Clouds.
That's sick.
Like my mother name is Karma.
That's sick.
Not so like that's everybody.
That's
yo,
got a nice, like,
it's,
vibe
yo,
to
it's
it,
so
you
funny though, cause when I was younger, everybody would make fun of me because of my name and be like, "Oh, it's like a crazy name."
like me and my
And I
middle
always
name.
wanted a name like Justin or something like that. And then now it's like when I'm
basic as
older.
fuck.
No, but I wanted it like that because
Yeah.
it's like everybody said my name wrong. Like everybody was
learn
like
to-
Amaru, Amiru, like
You
shit
grow
like that.
into that.
Yeah, so now everybody's like, "Yo, I made it up." I'm like, "That's crazy."
My middle name's Levi. I used to hate it.
Yeah,
This
bro.
is the fucking jeans, you know what I mean? People would always like rip me apart and be like, "This your middle name's a jean company?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I hate it." Blah. And I don't know, something about like I guess relating a little bit to what you said. I fuck with my middle name now.
Yeah.
Go back to mom and dad, be like, you know what?
Nah, yeah.
Thank you, it grew on me.
But yo, everybody says that though.
Now, what I find interesting about your, I guess, government, I didn't know it was your government, I thought it was your
Yeah,
stage
man.
name. But Amaru,
Yeah.
that was Tupac's middle name. right?
Yeah. Tupac's middle
Yeah,
name. But Tupac was named after the Incan chief though, Tupac Amaru. So it's like his mother named him after Chief. So that's who my mother named me after.
The same.
Yeah, the chief though, like the one who's actually like it's like this story. I hope I'm telling it right because I don't want to be disrespectful to that. But nah, it's like a chief Incan, like a king or prince or something, and then like the only way that he was able to be killed was like they cut him up into tiny pieces.
Right.
That was the only way. But that's who Tupac's mother named him
in like
after.
a Tupac documentary.
Yeah. That's what it was out because his mother was very like
very
innovative,
intuitive,
and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You really thought that was my real name? That's crazy.
I thought it was like a stage name, Amaru Cloud. I swear to God. Yeah, like I thought. Yeah, that's like a nice stage name.
It's like how Kanye West was Kanye West. Like everybody probably think Kanye shit. I thought Kanye shit was made up. Mad long ago, I was like, hey, no way, that's his real name.
Right off your name being Amaru and everything, and like from a heritage perspective, you're Dominican and Trinidadian.
No, I'm not Dominican. Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Yeah, Portuguese and Trinidadian.
And Trinidadian.
And Italian.
So is it your mom? Like what's the breakdown, mom?
Nah, the mom's side is the Italian, Portuguese, and all that. My dad is Trinidadian.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah, the Caribbean and whatever. Yeah, that's a fact.
That's cool.
Nah, mad people be thinking I'm Dominican.
Well, I saw Amar was showing me the memes today, but like it's not even just the memes.
Wait, what memes? What memes?
So he sent me a meme. He sent me a meme. Pull it up.
Yo, I don't know why they posting that though.
I'm gonna literally.
Some of them was crazy.
Nah, I'm gonna pull it up right now. And in editing, I'm gonna.
Yo, mad people sent me that.
I was like today. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Nah, some of them is crazy though.
This is it right here.
Oh yeah, it was like you seen that? Yeah, it was like.
I remember you posted this snippet.
Yo, he was like,
get copyrighted for playing this sound.
They put the song and it was like, yo, wait, show them.
I'll send it to you.
It was like, you gotta read it though.
You gotta read the caption.
And I was like, yo, that's
But it wasn't just that. Like someone, like it was one of the people.
Nah, the other one was crazy though. You know the one I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it though, because you could get your shit flagged.
Akademiks hairline, bro.
Yeah,
that's a private account. I couldn't see it.
Yeah. Nah, the
I was
lot.
like, yo, good thing he has a good sense of humor. Like they pick.
You gotta take a check, because at the end of the day, all press is good press. But this was
no,
funny
but that one, bro, that wasn't even that was a surprise type shit.
Well, no, today, right? Like,
Yeah.
it got posted last night and today.
Yeah.
I was texting Singer. I was like, yo, how timely is this interview, bro? Like,
because all the memes going around. Yeah.
Like, he just caught, like, wind, like, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yo, in the back of the thing.
That's hilarious.
Nah, the crazy one is, you know the one I'm talking about though, right? Yo, the OS.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, that shit was crazy.
No, that's crazy. So, some inspirations of yours, I've heard you on the record saying Drake, like your dream, I guess, is to one day work with Drake.
Yeah.
That'd be sick to see. Andre 3000,
Yeah,
right?
that's
That's a great inspiration to have. And Neo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right, so...
Three. And Justin Timberlake.
And Justin Timberlake. So that's right online then, as to where I was going with it, is you seem to have, and you said too in your words, like, I try in my style incorporate what is hot right now with a blend of R&B.
Yeah.
Right, so seeing what you did on a song like Genuine, right, you sampled the song Different by the artist Genuine.
Yeah.
Like what Pop Smoke did on What You Know About Love.
Yeah.
So that's really displaying a lot of R&B ties. Is R&B something that you grew up, is that prevalent in the house as a kid?
Yeah, nah, it was more
Genuine.
about like just what my mother was listening to. So it's like she was listening to like Neo,
Genuine.
she feel me, like in the car, and then like, you know, just things like, like Justin Timberlake, that Justified album, I played that a lot. And then Outkast too with like Hey Yeah and things like that, all those songs. Like, but yeah, it was just really about what my mother was listening to. I just listened to a lot of like that type of music. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just like, yeah, Justin Timberlake, Neo. I mean, Drake is my favorite artist regardless, just because, like, I feel like he's somebody who just, you know, that's just, like, what my music kind of is. I used to do,
I'm on record saying this, like, Amar lived with me his senior year of school. He's here right now. I don't know if I was a little, like, we were drinking outside on the lawn, a nice day, during the spring.
Yeah.
And I heard your music. This was one of the first times I heard your music. And the people watching right now, like, don't come at me too hard, just listen. One of the first takeaways I had, forget which song it was
The Drake.
there is semblance to what, in certain things that you are doing, it is semblant
To Drake.
to Drake, certain things that Drake does.
Sure.
Now, I'm not selling you short either when I say Drake is obviously a more established, than anyone.
Nah, yeah.
But there were certain things, for instance, this is just one off the top of my head.
Yeah.
When I listen to Hidden Hills,
Yeah.
right?
It's my favorite.
I feel like a lot of what you did there could easily complement Drake's verse and the song as a whole on "You Mine Still."
Yeah.
You ever feel like
Yeah, nah, I mean,
that R&B twist?
Yeah.
Stuff too.
No, for sure. I feel like with Drake, it's just like when I was like in middle school or something, I used to take everything off my like iPod, and then I only played his music. So that's probably why, you feel me? Like, I just would play every single, like, So Far Gone, Comeback Season, like, way before everything. Nah, I don't even think Take Care had even come out. Or maybe it, like, was about, yeah, this is, like, Comeback, this is his tapes. This is, like, when Drake is, like, the new young, like, he dropped, like, Over.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
what was the very first one? It was like,
I think it was Over. That was his first big hit.
Before So Far Gone, there was a tape that he put out.
Thank Me Later, yo, that was
later.
Nah, yeah, all of those. Like, I used to be listening to, like, A Milli with him and Wayne, like, all of those type songs. Like, but yeah, nah, that's what I would only listen to Drake. I wouldn't even listen to nothing else.
Yeah. I say again, like there are certain things that I hear on some of your songs where I'm just like, I could see, like, because a lot of people will say they're inspired by Drake, and it's like, okay, I couldn't tell. Not that even, like, said person is bad. It's just I couldn't tell that they're inspired by Drake.
Yeah.
For you, and after hearing that you're inspired by Drake, you're, like, seeing a lot of that through, in my opinion, which is something that I don't see particularly often. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I just respect Drake because I feel like he's not the most talented and he's not the most whatever, but he's the smartest and he's incredibly talented. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like he's just like, I feel like that's just what related to me the most. You feel me? With, like, being able to use whatever I can do and position it the right way with certain melodies, and then use your mind to, like, you know, marketing schemes or, like, how you position or ideas you create. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the smartness behind the machine that Drake has become, right?
Yeah.
He's a biracial dude who got bar mitzvahed.
Yeah.
You don't see that. He's the only artist I could think of that has people blasting his music from the soccer moms to the streets.
It's everything, yeah.
Really, like, it's every single market. And then between some of the recent projects he put out, he was making those songs like Grease, you know, with DJ Khaled, and also the one with Heady One, the song with Heady One. He kind of almost took a break from putting out albums to expand the empire to
he just doesn't leave anything untouched.
Exactly.
I'm trying to say he just hits every single point.
Absolutely. And one of the interviews I did back in Syracuse, actually, kind of timely, funny coincidence with my boy Ishay. Shout out to Ishay. I'll send this clip to him. But he was saying how, like, when Drake dives into different lanes, he does it right. He doesn't necessarily appropriate. He immerses himself in the culture, in the genre that he's collaborating with an artist, you know, in that realm.
Nah, for sure.
And he's mastered that art form, right? You know.
Nah, he's
and it's cool because you are versatile as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think that's what I kind of learned from listening to him, is that, like, I feel like you could play me any sound. Like, if you really go listen to music, it's like you could play any sound, and, like, I could do that sound in, like, 10 minutes.
And it seems like verbatim, tenfold. We're about to see that with the
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
With the project, it's like, and that's really just what it's about. It's just like, I mean, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, even with drill.
Absolutely. So, kind of dancing back a little bit to these humble beginnings / first songs, give or take. Yeah. I heard you tell a story one time in, like, an interview from a while back that you made the song VVS you recorded that song at Quad Studios. My boy David, who's with us right now, we were just at Quad Studios, right? So did you record that at Quad Studios fresh off a meeting you had with Universal?
Yeah, no. I had there's somebody there's somebody named Carlton Vaughn, you feel me? And if you know D Savage? Yeah. Yeah, he's D Savage's manager, but this is like a little bit before all of that. But he was working for UMG. He was working for Steven Victor. Like, Steven Victor runs Victor labels.
Of course, Pop Smoke.
And at that time, I mean, I think I had been DMing Carlton a lot, like, trying to just show him my music, because I knew he was already solidified in the industry. This is, like, way back. It's, like, 2017, like you said, because I had gone to L.A., like, swiped, trip, things like that. So then it was, like, literally I had he set up a meeting for me. I think I was in the crib, and he was, like, pull up to Universal right now. Then I pulled up to Universal, met Steven Victor, met all of them, and then, I showed him my music, and then, Steven Victor was like, let's put him in the studio right now. And then that was that session. Yeah, but in my mind, like, I knew it probably wasn't going to, because nothing came from that or nothing, because, I mean, I didn't have anything going on, but I was just jacking the free studio time, because I didn't have to pay for that. Yeah. And Penthouse was $125 an hour, it ain't even, Yeah. So it's like I was able to just get those songs done. I just did my 2 songs and I was good.
Yeah. Well, one of them was VVS,
right?
And that ended up.
And then that's why I put it up. That's what I'm saying. It is.
Yeah. I put it up. Dope. And was that produced or partly produced by CashMoneyAP?
Yeah.
So that's a cool placement to have in one of your early cuts.
Yeah, because CashMoneyAP is signed to Steven Victor.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fire. Like every time I hear the Cash Money, the
Nah, he's
tag
tough,
come
he's
on,
tough.
I know what's the.
Nah, yeah, and he's a cool guy. I've talked to him a couple times through Cawthon and all of them. Yeah.
That's dope. Another one of these early songs. It's gonna kind of help us segue into where I want to go next. Another one of these early songs, ReUp.
Yeah.
Right. So that ended up being on the 40 Dance EP. You ended up pulling Flipp Dinero onto that remix, right? How did that come about?
Nah, at that time I was working with like my best friend Brandon, his father. He helped me out a lot, Mr. Oladapo. But that's who I was working with when I did that ReUp song. But that's why I did it myself and all of that. Yeah. And then after that I signed a deal with like a small label, like an independent label called RPM. And they just had that connection with Flipp Dinero. So, they just set it up and did it like kind of like trying to make a whole remix.
Give a little boost to what you were.
Yeah, what I was doing at the time, yeah.
Exactly. So right off that Flipp Dinero remix, these are kind of still the early days. I want to jump into the conversation of collaborations, cosigns, and all stuff like that.
Gotcha.
First one I wanted to talk about and how you guys first got locked in.
Yeah.
Jay Critch.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have the song "Notice It," right? That's also that was one of the tracks. Yeah,
that's mad one.
From that ended up on 40 Dance too. That project. But then more recently, you guys dropped a song called "Act Up."
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Oh, that song?
By you, yeah, for sure. That's fire. I would say top 5 for me, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot of good stuff. Not gonna lie. But how'd you guys first get?
Nah, yeah, Jay. I'll keep it a stack. Like in 2018 and all that, I was just. It's like I said, through the label situation, like that was just a strictly, you feel me, straight business situation. But I just really kind of like started like having my music actually be something for real and people investing into it. And Jay, Jay is just, you feel me, super talented. I just always liked his music. All of my friends liked his music, all of that. So I think I voiced it to them and then they set it up. But fast forward obviously to now, Jay had hit me. I think he DM'd me. I think if you know that song For Me. He had sent me that clip of my song, and he was like, "Yo, this is fire." And then after that, I was like,
That's definitely also my top 5.
Yeah, the For Me song. So he but yeah, then I had hit him back, and I was like, "Yo, I want to get you on this song." And then at the time I was in LA. I was still living in LA. This was maybe like December, like this time last year. And then you feel me? I flew back. We got everything done, situated it, and then we did that. Shot the video at like my manager crib, all that. Yeah. So it was good.
I saw Rap TV post something about like you guys right after you dropped it. I saw a post come up on Rap TV.
Yeah.
I was just like, bet like he's collaborating. I think through whether it was Amart or someone else, another Montclair, one of my Montclair friends, like they had mentioned you guys had been locked in.
Yeah, from before, but this,
to see that drop,
Yeah, this was like definitely like that was how you said full circle moment with the G. This was more like a full circle moment with Critch because it was like. He's just a genuine person, you feel me? He just showed me a lot of love and things like that, and he's super humble with everything he's doing.
We could cut this out, but I have a question. This is something I think I heard like a year or two back. Like, is it true that he was going to sign you, but said, like, you guys are just you guys are like
never.
So similar or whatever?
Nah, never. Me, I didn't really know Jay like that. Like, I'd be keeping it a stack. Like, I know Jay more now, you feel me? Like, it's just, if I see him, it's love, things like that, you feel me?
You guys get in the booth or whatever, however the song comes together, you make good songs together. Right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, and at that time, he even said it too. He was like, yo, he thought it was the perfect time for, like, us having that kind of moment when I dropped that song. Because that song did really good. I mean, that song is, like, 2 million streams, so it's like.
Just like across all platforms, or
Spotify Dolo,
alone.
so it has more than that now.
That's important.
See, that's
to
the
know.
thing. Like with my thing, I'm not really like I'm obviously not at this point yet. But like even on what we were talking about before with catalog and all that, it's like my music is gonna stream regardless. So you feel me? Like it's like I just gotta take it to the next level now. But.
Again, another reason to get excited about this upcoming album.
Yeah.
Next collaborator, I guess what we could call it, that I wanted to talk about, and how I'm curious how this came together because. Clearly, like you said, it wasn't from meeting him outside of the Everyday Struggle set.
Struggle with G Herbo.
G Herbo. How'd you guys lock into the point where, I see you're posting, you guys are in the stew and everything like that?
Yeah, that's just from my son ST, so talented. He be setting everything up. You feel me? He just helped me a lot with a lot of things I did, and he has a relationship with Herbo and all that. So, feel me? I just I think the Meant For song that I did, I didn't really like that song, but at the time, like, it just was what it was. But the new song that I have, like the No Te Veo song, it's like I wanted to like, you feel me, we like did it the right way this time, you know? And I flew out to LA, we did everything, you feel me? Herbo jacked the song crazy, like it was perfect situation, like.
Whatever you need, it's all behind us. Draco's AR-15s, we cleared up shit from yards behind us. We still shine, phone them still grind, rolling still times, hoes still fine. Hey, No Te Veo, I see 12, I got nothing to settle. She don't love me, she want me for space. And you got, I'ma take her to big one. Shorty still calling me the one. She got a man, why she let me be. Oh yeah, we going to dive with this song. We in dive with it.
But yeah, nah, this song is way better.
You feel like you did it right? Like
Nah, it's way better than that song. I'm talking about
that's a
like.
good feeling. That's
nah,
sick.
yeah.
Like that's a great. Like to
Nah,
pull
like-
Herbo onto a song that you really.
Yeah, nah, and he walked on the song too. Like it's like he obviously Herbo walked, but it's just like that song is just that's probably the best song on the project.
Really?
Well, besides Hidden Hills,
Yeah, that's sick.
because that's
Hidden Hills
that's
is
the
on
best song I've ever made.
Yeah.
Hidden Hills. For sure.
It depends on the. For me, it depends on the vibe I'm going for in that
Yeah.
moment. You
I'm
know
talking
what I
about
mean?
like just together though. Like you know what I'm trying to say?
just
Like
well
everything.
overall,
Yeah, like I'm
well.
talking about everything. Like I sang that song straight through.
Yeah.
Like I didn't dub into that song. Like I'm talking about the entire song, like with Lucas and all that. Like I sang it just straight through, me singing, no auto tune.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I jacked.
That was like the one on the whip right over here that I just kept playing over and over. Like
Hidden Hills
I'd heard it
one, yeah.
before, but in just getting ready for this interview to lock in, you know, I'll always bump whoever I'm interviewing shit,
Yeah.
you know, on the way.
Yeah.
And I was running through, you know, the catalog, and when I like listened to Hidden Hills back again, I was like, okay, like this is how we're gonna lock in for this
Yeah,
interview
nah,
by
for that
running
song.
this back, if you know,
Yeah.
several times.
Yeah, that's
Shit goes crazy. And the interesting thing I've heard you say about that is that, at least from your words, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of the space that you
wanna
really
be
like
in.
to tap into.
Yeah.
Really, that's
like
the
my
truest
favorite type of
form
music. Yeah, that's like my purest form of music.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when I'm not trying to imitate something or work my way around something.
Right.
That's just me being myself.
That's cool.
And it's like I'm just talking about however I feel. That's really when you feel the best. Like when you feel like you doing something for whatever, like talking about external things, it don't really feel right
And
in
let
your
that
chest.
proof be in the pudding, right? Because if you're saying that's the space, like the zone that you like to tap into the most, and you're sitting here saying it's your best song, I could
Yeah.
easily agree with that, you know, like, but if I'm like trying to get hype,
Yeah, it's a
I'm gonna
different
bump
vibe.
on delay
Or
or
No Te
Mom
Veos.
or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
like
something
all
like
that
that.
shit, but,
Nah, for sure.
but like
That's why
is
you got to make
such
them
a
songs
well-made-
too.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like that's where I messed up too. Like in my mind, I was like, oh, I just want to do this, but it's like you gotta still do everything together. You know what I'm trying to say? Because
Versatility.
everybody likes something else.
Versatility, I feel like, throughout all the different conversations, and the ones that we're going, like the stuff we're going to talk about in a little bit too. I feel like versatility, broadly speaking, is sure to be an undertone of this interview, because there's like between what we've covered the last few minutes and what stuff I want to dive into in a little bit, like staying versatile from a music perspective, absolutely, as an artist, but as a person, which you know we'll get to some outside music stuff as well. But versatility is not a bad thing to have, you know what I mean?
100%.
Going for you.
100%.
For sure. So next person, I want to hear about how this story came together. This is probably the story of how the fuck this came to be that I'm curious to hear about the most.
Who, Guapo? Who?
AB.
Oh, Antonio?
Yeah, like I know you guys got the song 007 out. I
Yeah.
saw you guys like link up and post. He's showing love on the gram and stuff to you and all that.
Yeah.
But how in the world did you guys get locked in? What's that story?
Nah. With AB, it was like my man's Chris Clemenza. Feel me? He's somebody I've been close with for some time. He does a lot of different like business. You feel me? He does like he's managed artists and things like that. And at the time, he was working with AB, and they brought me to the studio in New York, and that's when I first met him. And then we did 007 there at the studio. And then I don't know, like AB, I'm really more of a calm, kind of like collected, kind of like, you know what I'm trying to say, quiet guy. So it's like AB was just, we connected. You feel me? We was cool. He's a really genuine person. And then after that, the studio, he was like, yo, come on with me. And then like first time I met him, like he took me to his interview. Then after that, he like was renting out a restaurant. So then he took me to the restaurant, and then we went to that. And then after that, we went to the club. And then like, and then we went to the club 3 nights after that.
That's sick.
And then after that, I just was with him every day in New York.
That's
and
sick.
then, I mean, AB's just, and then we shot the video maybe like 2 days after we recorded it. We shot the video right before he left. And then I've just kept my relationship with him. He's kind of like a big brother type thing.
That's dope.
Like, he be calling, checking in, making sure I'm working. He always telling me, like, you got to be working, all of that. And then I was just in Miami with him for his birthday. And we was at Live. So yeah, we did everything.
Oh,
I lived.
boy.
It was crazy.
Live Miami, man.
Yeah, nah, he.
Yeah, I've had a bad experience there. Just say that. But.
Nah, it was nutty. But yeah, nah, AB is just, it just went like that. We just kind of hit it off, and then like super genuine person.
Sick.
You know,
That's
always motivating me.
That's sick. So next, Jay Gwuapo. You guys have now multiple
Yeah,
songs.
Gwuap. Yeah, Gwuap. Damn, I met Gwuap through my man's Josh, who's that's Lauryn Hill's son. And
Okay.
yeah, my man's Josh, and then he but yeah, I knew Josh for a little while. I actually met Josh when I first signed that deal a minute ago in 2018. But yeah, nah, Josh is somebody who's, you know, I've been cool with him for a little while, and then you know, he was close with Gwuap, and then at the time like we would like, I think this was like winter and things like that, so we would just be in the house at one of the houses, and then we
The
just
same house by any chance? Did they little TJ pull
yeah, that is
the
the
shot?
house.
The
That's
pop
the
out.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pop out video. Yeah, but nah, so we was there, and then yeah, I met Gwuap through that, and then but at that time I was kind of like more quiet about my music, so Gwuap ain't really even known that I did music, and then I just got to know them more, and my man's Vel too. That's Gwuap's man's too, and then after that, yeah, I started making music. I met him maybe in like November, and then you know, he started knowing I was doing music. That's when I put out Mommy. And then after that, we went into the studio, and then we made Demo. And then we made like the other songs we got.
So, and then now he's.
And then
gonna be
after
on
that,
the
now
album.
me and Gwuap after that got close after that. Like I'm talking about, like I see Gwuap a
He's
lot.
about to be on this album, right? That you have dropped.
Yeah. He's on this. But
All right,
yeah,
so next one, I'm curious to know about OG3.
OG3.
You guys have a song together, right? That one's called Rico. That dropped in 2020,
Yeah.
right?
That was nah. He 3 just hit me off the DM. Like
Really?
when cause Records. You know that page Records?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Records had posted on delay. And then he just DM'd me like, yo, this shit fire.
Yeah.
And then
I saw you off the blogs.
Yeah, then I flew out to LA.
Yeah.
And then I stayed with him for a little bit in LA. And then I recorded with them. They brought me to like this house to be recording at. And then now we shot the video for Rico and all that. He actually introduced me to Master P and like all of them.
Wow.
Yeah, he brought me to Master P.
What was meeting Master P like?
Nah, it was cool. It was cool. He was I think he was showing his documentary at his house. Now he had a viewing. So he just brought me to that. It was mad funny too because 3 is so crazy. Like we was at the gate and we was at the gate and then like we was trying to go because everything was about to start. And then like they wasn't letting 3 in and 3 just went straight through. Like he's just driving through like
What happened after
I got
you
the video on my
inside?
phone. Nah, like he
Didn't get
told
marked
Master
down?
P and Master P was like dying. But he like just flipped he flipped in the car like
That's crazy.
yeah.
Damn. I probably would have done the same shit, honestly. Like, I'm dead. I got
He's
it.
just slid right now.
Yeah.
Because they was taking too long at the gate or something, or they wasn't allowing no more people or something like that.
Like max cap or something.
Yeah, and he was like,
Playing some bullshit.
Yeah,
All right, well, how about Kill Jasper? That's another collaborator.
yeah,
Changed
Jasper.
up 2020.
Jasper is really like somebody who's like actually one of my closest friends, like just all the way around. But I met Jasper when I first went out to LA through Suey, if you know Sue Generous, the rapper. Yeah, so I met he's worked with like Lil Skies and things like that. So yeah, I met Jasper through Suey at Suey's house when I first went to LA, and I met Suey through a producer named Cito in Jersey that I've known for a while.
You say his name, or I feel like I've heard his tag on some of your
Yeah,
songs.
Cito. Yeah. Nah, he produced Andale.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but nah, yeah. So Cito introduced me to Suey. Then I went out to LA. I was with Suey vibing, and then Suey introduced me to Jasper, and then me and Jasper just got super close. And then Jasper introduced me to Jake Paul and all of them, and like everybody at that house. So they was in Calabasas.
Yeah.
And then that's how I was over there at the Team 10 house and things like that. Jasper always like connected me with everybody and you know always and then after that we started making music, and this is around the same time Mommy dropped. Like 2020 was really my for real start with like Having Motion. But then after that me and Jasper make music, and he's obviously on this, he's on the first song, and we always make music and things like that, but he's doing his own things and things like that. But that's like somebody who's like my real life brother.
Super lucky.
Yeah.
So I have a few more here to ask about as far as this conversation with people that you've locked in with go. J.I. the Prince.
Yeah, J.I.
Is that someone that you're
Nah, I'm not really close with J.I., nothing like that, but I met J.I. through Jabari, who's one of his producers at the time. And he had seen some of my music or something like that because he told me when I was there. But it was just a quick interaction. I went to his video shoot. Like Jabari invited me over there, and then he was shooting, I forgot what song he was shooting, but I shot that, they shot that video, and I was in the video and things like that, and he was just another genuine, person, like real person.
So in a past interview you said you were asked, like, who's the biggest person that's shown love to your music before? You said in that interview in the past, J.I. the Prince.
Yeah, because he had posted me. He really showed love for just me.
I'm wondering, can you say that's no knock on J.I. the Prince for, but like a guy like G Herbo showing love to your music, now fucking with your music. It's kind of like, whether it,
Well, I would say,
you don't have to pinpoint who the biggest artist
well,
is.
now
but
I would
to,
say it's
to see
AB,
that all
though.
these people, who?
now I'd say it's AB, though.
Yeah, AB. I feel like that.
Yeah,
that
nah,
makes
100%.
sense.
Yeah.
Everything that he is.
But even before that, I would still say J.I. though, because J.I. really did show me love. Like, if you're talking about, like, straight artists, but I consider AB an artist, of course.
That's definitely a great person to get locked in with, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just being around him, you probably get so many great life experiences, I can only guess. You know what I mean? So I'm curious, is there any upcoming collaborations that, I guess we really covered a lot of, like, as far as who's going to be on the album, that part of it, but is there anything, I guess, maybe outside the album, or just you can
Like who I'd want to, or like who I'd want to in the future?
One half of that could be, you can answer with dream collaborations outside of Drake, which we've obviously covered, but is there shit maybe, in as much as you're
that like
okay
possibilities
on,
that's
yeah,
more regular.
stuff, where the track is moving.
I mean, I'd probably say like something that's coming up is like I said, the kid from Florida, like Luh Tyler.
Okay, yeah.
You heard about him? Yeah. Nah, he's going crazy right now though. He got like songs going lit. Like, but doing a collab with him, cause it's like I'm doing like his style of music. Like I told you before, it's like the chameleon thing. It's like what Drake does. So it's like that's what the project is. So it's like on that song, it's like that's what I'm doing. So him, and then I mean, who else I'd probably say? I mean, hopefully, I'd get some with J.I. I mean, he be in his own, I'm trying to say, he doing his own work and things like that. But that'd probably be the other one.
I would definitely be down to hear you and J.I. get on a track, no doubt.
Nah, yeah, of course.
So another one that I'm curious about, I see, looking through your feed, getting ready for this interview and whatnot, I saw a lot of love shown to you in the comments and shit like that from PnB Rock, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Is that someone that you were able to tap in with?
Nah, yeah, rest in peace to PnB. Nah, I met one of my close friends, Irie. Oh, that's somebody I want to work with, Irie, again. Cause we made a lot of music. But Irie, Tennis Boy Will, both of them, he's also in that scene of all of that music scene. But Irie and PnB were very close. Like, PnB was working with him, I'm trying to say they were doing a lot together. And Irie had a show with PnB in Jersey. And I had actually just met PnB, like probably maybe like 3 weeks before that, 4 weeks before that.
Same time the show went down?
Yeah, right at the show is when I met him. But he had already seen my music, because the thing was, he had actually, before I met him, he had commented and showed love to my music before I met him in person. Yeah. So when I met him, he was like, yeah, shit go crazy. He didn't even know me and Irie knew each other.
He showed a lot of love to up-and-coming artists.
Yeah, always. He was like super genuine. He never really cared about external things.
Yep.
Always was just, worried about showing love. But him, it was crazy, because when I talked to him, though, he was like, before he left, he was like, yo, send me something, we gonna lock in. And the crazy thing is, the song I sent him that he was actually jacking was the song that Herb's on. That's
really?
Crazy, yeah, the No Te Veo song. I sent him that drill song. But PnB is another person that I looked up to a lot. And that's another person that I take away from, because his melody lane and everything, he's really good.
Absolutely.
So that is crazy. That was going to be a full circle moment that was coming up. But, rest in peace to PnB.
Absolutely.
Amazing artist.
Absolutely.
So that's a fact. That shit crazy.
Thank you for blessing the people with that story.
That is crazy. It's right before,
Definitely. So second to last one here, I'm curious about. We mentioned him a little bit. You brought him up a little bit earlier in the interview. But are you still locked in at all with Steven Victor? You still keep in touch and stuff?
Nah. I don't really. After that, I didn't really talk to Steven like that. I mean, Carlton, who was the A&R at the time, you feel me? I had a relationship with him, but Steven I don't talk to. Yeah. But I mean, he's involved with a lot of New York artists. Who knows? You feel me? When it comes around.
Absolutely.
But he's just doing his own. He has Victor. That's his own independent label.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, to finish off these stories of coming across people you've locked in whatever capacity with, what's the story of you meeting David Dobrik?
David Dobrik? Oh. Nah, I moved to L.A. for 6 months, just because I was like, yo, I want to go to L.A. And then when I was in L.A., I just, also because Jasper. Jasper is everybody knows Jasper. Yeah. You feel me? I'm talking about everybody, TJ, J Paul, everybody. Everybody has to really tap in with him, you feel me? So he invited me. It was Tana. You know Tana? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Tana's birthday party. And she had this crazy birthday party in the hills. And everybody was there. Tristan Thompson, like mad basketball players, everybody else, like, and then I was just mad smacked. Yo, I was really on my dolly there too. That's what was crazy.
How was that feeling?
I was just chilling. No, because it was the craziest crib that looked over all of LA.
Yeah.
So I was just smacked, and then literally like I was just high as hell, and then I literally like turned around, and it was just fucking David Dobrik.
That's crazy.
And then literally he was like, yo. I was like, yo.
He said, yeah.
I was like, what's up? And then Zane came up to me, you know, the other guy from the vlogs?
Yeah.
And then Zane comes up to me and he's like, yo, put these glasses on. Because he was making a TikTok where everybody wearing these glasses at the party. And then, you know, I put the glasses on, I was like this. And then literally like somebody sent it to me on the TikTok.
Yeah.
That's how I met David Dobrik. That was some funny shit though.
Didn't he
and it was
say-
the whole crew. Like it was literally like the vlogs, it was just all of them.
All of
right
them were
there.
together?
Like, what the fuck?
They probably saw it as like a great content opportunity. You know?
Yeah, no.
That's funny
That
as
was some
fuck.
funny shit though, yeah.
Didn't he say he knew like he knew who you were and shit too, right? Didn't he?
Nah, I don't think David Dobrik knew my shit. But but it was there was other people at the party that I knew, like everybody was there, like Cash XO was there, like so many people was there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sick. So we talked about Hidden Hills a little bit. I had a follow-up question about it,
Yeah.
just to tread back for 1 second. Is it true that, you know, in putting that out, you were kind of reluctant to put it out because you weren't sure how people were gonna receive it? I guess, right? You were more
Yeah.
tapping into, I guess, a lot of what you said might have sparked the drill music was to kind of appeal to the masses more a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, it wasn't something that you weren't
Where I
out,
started,
yeah, like you were far from out of pocket for starting with drill music. You obviously do a great job of it, but you're saying like this Hidden Hills type of music, this R&B kind of, that's like where you really feel the most comfortable, I guess.
Yeah.
So, ironically, you felt though when it was time to put out that song,
I didn't want to.
that people, yeah,
Yeah, I still, you know, feel that way a little bit now, but not, I mean, I think it was just kind of like this. I was making that type of music, like, from the very beginning. You feel me? Like you said, Henny Cups, all of that, like, that really was my pocket, my lane. That's where I felt good. And then I think Smooth L had just come out. And I was like, damn, like, I liked his sound, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of, like, was like, I could make this kind of my own way. Because he was the only one that was really singing on drill at that time. Nobody was. So, you feel me? In 2020, I think I just kind of went and was like, oh, I could do this, and I manipulated that sound, like that Spanish, like whatever. Yeah, but it was just me kind of like making that, you know what I'm trying to say? Like it
Putting
wasn't
your own
really,
spin on it.
yeah, it wasn't necessarily organic. You know what I'm trying to say? It was just me knowing how to make it sound good.
That's real, being real. to
being
admit
honest.
that,
Nah, because that's what it was. And
the
then
nice thing is you had your own spin on it, though. It's not like
I
you're
did.
blatantly like jacking something.
Nah. Yeah, it wasn't
own...
jacking nobody's style. I'm just saying more like it wasn't really me. You feel me?
Mm.
But it's like it just sounded good. But then it got too carried away. I mean, like, you feel me? Like, even with the Spanish, like, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I think that's what it was kind of, and I kind of got to a point after the Herbo song where I was just like, damn, like, I really just want to hop back into my bag because, like, there's going to be no longevity in my career if I don't do that. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I think that's where it came from, and then Hidden Hills was kind of all that built up, and that's why I say it's been a long time since I believe in Up Above, because it's like that. You get what I'm trying to say? It was like, I just was like really not even wanting to do music. I really wanted to stop doing music because of that. You know what I'm trying to say? So then after that, that was like the transition of like, yo, hop back into your bag, what makes you talented. Because if you look at the artists that stay, like, you know, they're just who they are the entire time. You know what I'm trying to say? And then they wait. And then, yeah, and you accuse, even NBA Youngboy, he just was himself. Like, NBA Youngboy was out for years and nobody gave him the acknowledgement that, you know, he gets now. So I'm saying, like, it's just, that's really kind of what I want to do. And that's what, like, especially, you know, growing up and everything like that, having my own child, things like that, it's like, if I can't be myself, it's like, how am I going to tell my son to be himself? So that's really just what it's about, you know. So it's just that was just a transition. So that song was really that transition for me. I'ma still do the dumb shit, like, you feel me, and make the hit, like the rah music when you need to.
Don't put yourself in a box, but at
yeah.
the same time, you know who you are, and that's important. And I feel like if you can, that's really to the you coined it, chameleon.
Yeah,
right?
a chameleon, like being able to hop in every pocket. But definitely though, that's definitely like my transition of like being back to myself. Because just like you said, Henny Cups, all of that. That's
On
really
that
where my
note,
heart's
you
at.
see yourself. I feel like I've heard you say this is something you're looking to do in the future. You want to make songs that are completely in Spanish, right?
Yeah. Nah, 100%. I mean, you know, and I just been able to, like, I've been able to do it a little bit better now. But also just things like that. I'm also just getting better, like, at writing, you know, more things. Like, I be writing for other artists, you feel me, that I won't, you know, I won't say.
Yeah, I don't have to say who, but
I'm saying, but definitely I started doing that, like, really, like, being in sessions with
and
people.
that must help your pen game for your own music, of course, right?
Nah, yeah, of course, because, I mean, but it's a lot easier, though, because, like, with me, like, I have to do so much more to get attention because it's like I'm an unknown artist, you feel me, to a certain extent. So it's like I have to be at my highest level for something to hit. But me at like a lower level, I can give to somebody else that's already solidified, because for them, they're going to be like, this is amazing. Because it's all about perspective. You know what I'm trying to say? It's all about how somebody sees you already. When you're already an established artist, like, you're already this.
How long have you had this perspective on that?
On music?
The acknowledging or the realization of what you can do for these artists?
Nah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think there's like, you know, you even look at Drake, like, he wrote Alicia Keys, you know what I'm trying to say? Those records, like,
he wrote for
records.
Kanye.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wrote records for a lot of people. So it's like sometimes it's almost easier to hop into somebody else's bag and just think like how they think. Because, like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like now when you write yourself, it's like you kind of got to like think about things that actually relate to you, and you got to take more time and put more meaning into it. But it's like when it's somebody else, it's almost easier. And also it's like I have so many different flows that it's like I know my flows that maybe like aren't on the level that I need to be on for my music to like have an effect, but like for them it could hit for them. So nah, but I like it though. Like I like James Roseman, you feel me? That's who's like kind of does my management. Now that's kind of who put me on to being like, yo, you should write. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Pick up another bag too.
Yeah, big 100%. That's definitely
dope.
what it is.
That's cool. Thank you for sharing that, because that's a good perspective for sure. Do you still record? You were just talking about your pen game and writing for other artists, so that kind of makes my next question a moot point.
Mm-hmm.
But do you still record ever, like off the top, or do you like punch in? Like, what's the process?
No, I do 50-50. Like I'll record a song just by myself, and then like meaningful songs like Hidden Hills, like obviously I write them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? But I'll go back and forth. But I mean, at this point, I mean, you've seen how long we just went through the whole storyline.
Yeah.
Like music is just like kind of like embedded in me. It's not really like, and how long I've been doing it, it's like it's not really like now it's like a
What inspired
muscle
you as
memory.
you were 13, like kind of like fucking around in GarageBand? Like, what made you say, hey, I want to start trying to fuck around?
To do it for real? Nah, I think I just always really wanted to do music. I mean, and then I just knew that I sounded all right. Like, you feel me? My voice was all right in general, like raw by itself, so I knew I could work with it.
All right, so curious to hear. So I don't think I've ever asked an artist this question before, but I can ask you this because of the circumstances. They allow for it. You've said that there are pros and cons to recording at home versus in the studio.
Yeah.
What are some of the pros and cons for
Pros and
each
cons to
side?
recording at home and recording in the other studio? Okay, I would probably say, like, at home, like, when you have an instant idea, you can put it out. But, like, because I've had both of them. Like, in LA, I had a home studio.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? But it's like, it works for a certain while. Like, it's good if I go out, right? And I come back in the house and I'm like, oh, shit, I just thought of this. Or I just had this moment. But then again, then it's like when you get so comfortable, like, you kind of lose the feeling. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, because you're just in your crib.
Yeah.
So it's like
the energy's not as...
Yeah, you lose, like, the energy after a while. In the beginning, it won't be like that because it's like, oh, it's so cool. I'm recording on my own. I don't have to wait for an engineer. It's wonderful. But then after a while, it's like, damn, like, you know, I can't think of no ideas, or I'm just in the house, or I'm just in my regular sweat clothes and like whatever. And that's cool for singing and stuff, but it's like when you want to feel like the man, right? And I'm doing a drill song, I'm doing something, it's like I gotta be standing up. I gotta be good energy. I gotta be lit. I gotta be direct.
That was
with
a
my
follow-up
voice.
question. Is like, now, with that being said, do you find yourself recording certain kinds of songs in one place versus the other?
Yeah, I mean, also in LA too. Like when I was at Jake's crib in Calabasas, like I was recording myself a lot because Jasper would give me the stew and Jake would give me the stew. But I don't know. I prefer being in the studio. But also, then again, like, I have times where, like, I don't like an engineer being mad slow and things like that. But, I mean, I personally don't like really doing it one by one unless I'm doing a slow song.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's like I got to go back.
Yeah.
But I personally would rather be in the studio. But, like, I go to the studio myself. Like, I don't have nobody in the studio with
So
me
that's
ever.
your ideal setting? Is
I
like,
go to the
you're not-
studio
you don't
at
got,
9 a.m.
Like, you don't got, like, distractions and stuff like that. 9 a.m. Like
9 a.m.
Like you treat it like
10 a.m.
work, like a 9 to 5 or whatever. You
Yeah,
start
I don't go
your
to the
day
studio
there,
at
you
night.
Go in the morning, grab a cup of coffee, whatever it may be.
Nah.
Yeah.
The only song that I really probably did maybe at night or something like that was, like, Andale. And I was just mad smacked. And I just did a song, like literally, like, 2 takes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably it though. But other than that, nah, I don't. I record in the morning because it's like I'm up. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
It's like when
you're
I'm
fresh,
down and I'm
fresh off.
chill, like my voice is more like groggy, and I can't really give you energy because I'm just kind of turned down.
Yeah.
So it's like
That's a good, like, inside look, I feel like, on the process there. As a consumer of music, right? It's like, it's always really cool to hear what goes on and the stories behind
Behind it.
making certain songs, or what you know, an actual good artist. Like if you were trash, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I
nah,
mean?
to see how it works.
But-
Nah, that's
but
a
it's
fact.
cool.
Nah, the Andale, it was funny though, because when I recorded Andale, I swear, like, I was with all my sons and we was in there. That was the one time I was in the studio with other people.
Yeah.
But literally though,
The one time.
yeah, like maybe 1 to 3 times.
Yeah.
Like that. But like literally then I had what do you call it? There was some kid in there, that was with the engineer, my man Cito, and he was like, and he paused it and he was like, yo, he was like, yo, nah, I think you should do it like this or something. And I was on the mic and I was like, yo, bro, I don't need you to tell me how to record. And then right after I did it, I was like, damn, I better
You
get
got
this
a
take
point.
right. And I did a perfect take of the whole entire rest of the song, like all the way through. And then I was like, it was done.
You felt it, like
Yeah,
you
nah.
just knew.
That was just a funny moment.
I've
though.
heard like we'd Scory on like for the last interview, and he was
Yeah.
basically saying like there's certain like 1 or 2 songs, like when I recorded those songs, like I knew this was it, like I knew it, I just felt it. You know,
Yeah.
like, sometimes you just know. It's a cool ass.
Yeah, all them songs I kind of knew though. Like, but that was just because I was super. in
Yeah, that
bag.
like
I
inspires
was-
me to start
Yeah.
really rapping. I got a song though, so certain people know. I've heard it. You know, a little satirical though. I'm not gonna lie. So, are you in Cali? Like what's the kind of ratio split between your time spent in Cali versus in the tri-state area nowadays?
Nah, after I lived in Cali for like 7 months, I was like, fuck Cali, I'm never coming back to Cali type
Why
shit.
is that?
I just don't like LA like that now, cause it's like when you first get there, it's stupid lit. Like you go to all the parties, crazy. Like then it goes too fast. Then after you've already done it, so then you're like, all right, I'm off it. Like it's not really hitting like that. But I moved from LA. Maybe like February, I moved back because that's when I knew I was having my son.
Right.
So then when I moved back, I got a new crib, you feel me, in Jersey. And then, so now I'm here. But I'm going to be here for now. Like, I'm going to never not live in Jersey.
You'll never, yeah. it's
Never,
home,
I'm never
right?
going to
It's
move.
like, yeah.
Yeah, because I already seen LA now, so it's like, I mean, maybe it would have been different if I maybe had all my friends with me. I was out there by myself, you feel me?
You ever like have friends, like how often you have friends flying out to kick it?
A couple times, but I mean, I have like
You're
a
living
lot of
in
LA
LA.
friends, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like,
you met people out there.
yeah, nah, people that I knew, because remember, I was going back and forth so much since 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I already built a lot of people that I know. But yeah, nah, I definitely wouldn't go back to LA. I'm cool.
So I got another music question for you. What's your current, I guess, record label situation like? And on that note too, what exactly is Number One Records?
Oh shit, that's crazy.
I see that on like.
Nah,
all-
yeah, nah. It's just independent. It's literally like I'm not under any label. Number One is the partner that I work with. His name is Michael Norensberg. He's he's like one of the people I'm closest with in my entire life. Super smart businessman, super savvy man, and he's who came into my life and really just changed my life, and also just like it's just been me and him, like nobody else. It's literally just me and him. We make our own marketing plans. We decide what we want to do, and then we just do it. So it's just me and him and a 50-50. He gave me a 50-50, so
Okay.
I still own my music. He owns my music, all of that. So I own all of my music. We own everything, and that's how I'm gonna keep it that way. I really don't want to ever sign a label deal.
How long has it been that way? locked in
End 2021. Like
Okay.
so like I mean I met him in 2020, but like we like locked in business like January 2021.
Yeah.
So
before that, it was a different.
it was
situation.
this somebody named Renee McLean who that was RPM. That's who I told you about who I
Yeah,
signed when I
before the
was
interview.
younger. Yeah, I did that. But yeah, nah. So I was with him for maybe like a year and some change, and then it was just kind of to a point where it's like I feel like we needed to I needed somebody, and he's like nobody vouches for me more than Michael. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what Number One is. That's the all right.
So right on the marketing, and you can answer this multiple different ways. Take whatever route you want.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to hear, an elaboration, I guess, towards this, what I'm about to ask, as far as marketing
Mm-hmm.
goes. But you have said in your own words in prior interviews that work ethic beats out talent.
Mm-hmm.
What are some examples of that from the success you've had this early on in your music making career and on your come up that support that claim,
work
that made
ethic
you
beats
feel
talent?
that way? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm in a better position because it's like both. You feel me? You have talent and the work ethic, but I feel like talent only goes so far in today's age, just because like everybody is thinking about the next thing. So it's like you could be the hottest thing in the world. Like, I don't want to ever be the hottest thing in the world. You feel me? Like you look at Tory, right? It's like he had this constant like build up. Like, you feel me? Like, I asked Tory's manager, they dropped 15, 20 mixtapes. Like, you feel me? Like, before he even had Say It. So it's like, you get what I'm trying to say? It's just, I feel like it's just about like you can be whoever and then like people will just forget about you. So it's like if you're not somebody who's working hard, it's like you'll just be anybody else. It's like nowadays it's like we don't even remember the hottest news story that was last week. So it's like, you get what I'm trying to say? It's like you could be an artist, you could be going so crazy, and then it's like, imagine that. Like, I would never want my life to be that. That's why even now I'm not upset about, like, not being where I want to be, because it's like I wouldn't want to be the biggest person in the world. That's what I'm saying. Like, have all the hoes, have everything, and, like, have my life be insane, be a millionaire, change all that, and then a year later I'm just nobody.
Yeah.
How you think somebody like Pump feels, or somebody like however feels? Like, that shit gotta feel crazy.
Or, I mean, I don't want to name drop names because there's no hate, but, like, you know, you look in your own state.
No, that's
exactly
what I'm saying.
talking about.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like things like that. It's like you don't want to like, you know what I'm trying to say? You don't want to like get to this level and like have all of this and then like who are you? And then like you always talk about like whatever you did.
Well,
So.
yeah, what the past.
Nah, but I feel like that's what I seen from Tory. Like that's who I don't relate to Drake because like Drake is somebody who just, you know, he went from the TV show to his first project to signing to Lil Wayne. Like it's like he had a pretty nice setup to like his success. Not that he didn't work hard and you know obviously he did, but I'm saying but like somebody like Tory, it's like. Think about how many different ways Tory tried to succeed. I mean, he was dropping drill songs with Meek Mill.
He started off as a battle rapper.
He was doing battle rap. He was doing this, and then literally like his song that hit was an R&B song.
Yeah.
And literally after that, they wanted him to drop another R&B song. Interscope was like, drop another R&B song. He was like, nah, I want to show people that I do other things too. So it's just like. That's what I mean. I relate to that. It's just like you got to hit every angle. When you're somebody who's multi-talented or like you said is versatile, you almost don't have, you're almost like have less of a chance than somebody who is because when you have one sound, like you take Favi, right? It's one sound that people can connect to, right? So it means one thing that like, oh, I'm coming to him for this and what's this new wave that the whole world is going to dick ride until we don't like it no more. Yep. You feel me? So it's like you're able to like build this like whatever.
Or it's a more steady, gradual.
Because it's like this, like think of like a bar like this, right? Like and everything like sand in each pocket or whatever, right? When I do R&B, drill, hip hop, you know, pop, whatever, every time I drop that song, I'm only filling up a little amount of people there. So I'm connecting a whole different person every way. So in a way, it's like, in a way holding me back until I get to a certain point. Right. And it's like all these bags are filled up to a certain level. Yep. But then there's somebody else who can just do one sound and then he's just filling the same bag up, and he's getting big. So you know what I'm saying?
That's spot on. Like yeah, that makes
you know what I'm saying? So it's
sense.
like but yeah, the work but back to that, yeah, work ethic, 100%. I think that's just the most important, for sure.
Another question I had, again, and I've heard you say publicly, you were asked one time about the dynamic of the Jersey music scene. And you kind of said, give or take, like I wanted to give you a chance to speak on this for sure. Like you've said in the past that people are kind of reluctant to support one another. You said that, you said that, but you said that a while back.
I think it's completely different now. I mean,
okay, cool.
100% shout out to Bandmanrill, you feel me? Bandmanrill is definitely the face of Jersey. I think he's the only person that could be the face of Jersey because nobody else could be the face of Jersey that made music like me or like Koi or like whoever else because like in New York, like there's a sound associated with it that represents New York. So
now
you feel me? Now there's a sound that's associated with Jersey. You know, Jersey has its own drill because of ReUp. And you feel me? Before I did say that, but now ReUp has been the person, you know, that is bringing everybody together. He's always looked out for people before himself. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I think
set
that
a new precedent.
Nah, he's ReUp is the face. He really put it on his back in a way that everybody else said that they were gonna do, but didn't actually really do, and he actually did it and took it to like a different level. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's crazy because you know nobody really believed in even what he was doing. You know what I'm trying to say? But he's the only person that could be the face of Jersey because he represents Jersey sound.
Those are some serious flowers for you.
Yeah, 100%. Because also it's just like ReUp always showed me love even before he even had heartbroken or any of them songs. You feel me? So I always give my respect to him and just what he's doing now. He definitely, you feel me? And people because everybody in Jersey was always like, oh, nobody shows love, and then like. Somebody's really doing it now, you know, and even he puts on
suit, like
because he puts on all his artists. Like he has other artists that he's putting on that like is like taking it to another level now, and it's because of what he's doing for them. And it's like I feel like nobody else really did that. I mean, maybe Fetty, you know what I'm trying to say, but not really.
A little bit.
You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, but ReUp's definitely that for sure.
That's dope.
And nobody else jacks Jersey. That's the other thing too.
A lot of people are like. Kind of caught up in a lot of the New York hype. Like, it goes really from bro to bro. Obviously, when the drill scene really started popping off in New York, the whole Brooklyn wave was making a ton of noise and stuff like that. Now you see a lot of momentum coming out of the Bronx. these
Oh, yeah,
days.
the Bronx is
like
crazy.
They're going crazy.
I mean, Brooklyn's going. I mean, all of New York is always going crazy.
Right, and they're still each borough respectively still going crazy, but it's like, the Bronx is newer as far as what's pop. Like Brooklyn was, as far as like a notoriety perspective, what the Bronx is now, just a little while back. Not that they've dropped off whatsoever.
Nah,
I mean, losing
100%.
Pop Smoke is hurts obviously.
Yeah, well, I get what you're
But
saying. Though the Bronx is
rest in
definitely
peace.
like the biggest. That's a fact.
But it's just
Nah,
like
you
the
right about that.
timeliness of it.
The
is
biggest
what the
borough for
timeliness.
sure. Yeah, but nah, I mean, I don't know. But that's why I like my position in it, because I feel like I'm not involved in none of that. You know what I'm
Right.
trying to say? It's like I always feel like everybody always included me outside of that. Like I'm just in my own thing that I'm doing. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like other artists, they're like, oh, he's the hottest in Jersey and whatever, but I feel like I've always just kind of been in my own separate lane that has nothing to do with like hottest in New York or hottest.
Shit, and I was always like, I grew up in New York, right? So I was always like, oh, Jersey. My mom was born and raised in Jersey. Like, she's a Jersey girl to the core. And, like, my dad's from New York.
Yeah.
And me and my dad would almost get to team up on my mom being like, Jersey, get the fuck out of here. You know,
Yeah.
my parents just bought a place in Jersey down by, like, the shore.
Mhm.
And it's like, I'll go down there, and I'm just like, okay, I don't got shit. I take back a lot of this
Nah,
stuff.
yeah, Jersey.
Not that, like, there are rappers coming out of there, you know what I mean?
I get
Like,
what
that's
you're
a
saying.
hot
It's just
spot,
like
but
Jersey's
it's just
there.
like Jersey, bro. Like,
To me,
don't
Jersey's the
sleep.
best spot
I'll say
to
it
live.
firsthand. Don't
Yeah, it's
sleep.
like 50-50. Like New York is just chaos. You get what I'm trying to say? It's just all
Fast
over.
paced,
like,
so much. Like,
for me, Jersey's right in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
but it is interesting. Jersey is the most densely populated state in America.
Yeah. So
I go to like Amart's place in Montclair, and I'm just like, so many people live in this area. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Nah.
crazy.
100%.
But it's still a really cool place to be. Like, there's a lot of cool towns. There's a lot of great music now coming out, in masses at once, and it's cool.
100%.
And the Jersey club scene, I mean, you could argue the Jersey club sound was pretty prevalent as far as inspiration-wise on, honestly, Nevermind. I think so. On Drake's
Oh yeah. Nah, and that's the thing too. Like that's the weird thing about it with real and things like that. I think like a lot of artists, like, not saying it in no weird way, but it's like I feel like they should be, for me, giving him that cosign for real. Because like I'm like that shit would not be lit without him. Like I won't cap. Like, you feel me? Jersey Club would not. Like I'm talking about like not Jersey Club on its own. I'm talking about in this new era of music and sound. Like he brought that back. Feel me?
I've heard you say verbatim. You've said, and I quote, "I like performing more than I like recording music."
Yeah.
How come?
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like when you're performing, you just get to feel it. You just get to really see the reaction. And I never got to perform. Like, that's really what pissed me off. Like, when I dropped all them songs that everybody was like, when I
Was
first
this like
started.
quarantine? Like,
Yeah, because that's when I started having people like my shit. I never, and that's why I got in my head a lot, because I never even knew people really fuck with it, because you don't see it. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's
how
like,
was the crowd reacting when you opened up for Famous Dex way back in the day?
not really that crazy. That was even before. Like, I wasn't even, you know what I'm trying to say? That was like 2018. But I won't lie, though, in 2020, if that was 2021 or that was 2019 and I dropped them songs and it was like that, oh my gosh, it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I'd be getting paid to go into every club. Like, it would have been lit. But it's like I missed, like, that whole thing. That was something that was really, like...
Do you have any like shows lined up where fans can cop tickets?
Nah, right now I'm trying to see if I could get on this tour. Like, it's with somebody in...
Open up for someone? Like
yeah,
that?
it's in London, though. It's in Europe.
Okay, so that was... I'm segueing now a little bit towards outside of music.
Uh-huh.
Right, so I saw that you got the chance last year to go to London.
Yeah.
Right, like, how was that experience, and what'd you get to do, while you were there?
Nah, I literally just went to London just because I was like, I'm trying to go to London. Like, I was dead ass. I just went out there. I didn't know nobody. I knew one girl, for me, that I was with at the time. But yeah, nah, I just literally, I was just there, and then I just met people, networked, went to studios, things like that, and I just, I met one of my closest friends, Q2T, and then, yeah, nah, I really loved it out there. I stayed there for like 2 months, 3 months type shit.
Really?
Yeah, I was there
That's
for
a long ass time.
Yeah, nah, I was living life out there. Like, I was just staying, for me, moving.
I was there for a month. You had me beat.
Yeah, nah, in the area.
Shit's great there.
Sure.
It's a great.
I feel like I want to live there for like 6, 7 months.
Dead ass. I wouldn't blame
It's
you.
harder though with my son now and things, but yeah, I
you
definitely
gotta bring him with you or something.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know, but I definitely want to live there for like a short amount of time.
So now, like, really diving into the outside the booth stuff, getting to know Amaru Cloud as a person, and harping on, like I said, a few minutes back, about the undertone of versatility. And now we're bringing that theme into a conversation now that defies music. Again, quoting you saying, a little while back, I don't want Amaru Cloud to just be an artist. And on top of that, you said, I always try to stay around money, right? So, from what I understand, you're into a little bit of investing, some business ventures, maybe a little luxury transportation service.
Oh yeah, with Chris, but nah, I mean, when I said that, I mean it more like I don't want to be like just like an artist. Like I'm saying, like I want to be like Nick Cannon. I know that
Like
sounds
a brand
crazy.
or like just a.
Nah, I'm saying like I know that sound
or-
weird now because we see Nick Cannon now, but I'm saying like just like I'm saying like just like what he was, like you know what I'm trying to say, like when he was America's Got Talent host, and then he was doing this, and then he was in movies, and he was in whatever.
If one baby right now is giving you enough run for your money, you don't want to be anything like
Nah,
Nick
that's
Cannon.
what I'm saying. Nah, it's like, but nah, I just don't like. I just want to be like. I've always wanted to do everything, and that's what I came into it as. Remember, I didn't come into it as like I just want to be a music artist. So, I think that's really what it is. And my mother always reminds me that, like, to never forget that like that's what you really wanted to do. You know what I'm trying to say? Like even now, you feel me? Like I've been doing auditions and things like that for different things.
So acting, right? Is that something you see yourself doing?
Nah, yeah, 100%.
'Cause I've also heard you say that you want to maybe go into movie producing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything, like all in all, I just feel like. You know, just different phases of life. You know what I'm trying to say?
Movies, right, and stuff like that. I was
Yeah.
hoping you'd appreciate this.
Right.
Is this one of your favorite movies?
What?
Scarface, little Tony
Yeah,
Montana.
yeah, it's
I got this on for you today.
Yeah, nah.
You fuck with Scarface.
Nah, Scarface is one of my favorite
Yeah, I was
movies.
hoping
I'll be
you'd
watching that
appreciate
movie
that.
mad times.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, that's a fact though.
Scarface goes crazy.
Nah, that's one of the best movies of all time.
No, that's
Al
dope.
Pacino's crazy in that.
So besides movies, stuff like that, like TV shows,
The Flash.
yeah.
So I got The Flash on the
Still
side of my
watching
feed.
that like a lot.
Yeah, nah, I mean that's just the show that I memorize the episodes. I don't know why I like.
Hell
That's
yeah.
just my
That's
favorite
like me and
superhero.
Entourage or Game. I can't remember.
Nah, Entourage is my favorite show of all time though.
Bro,
I'm not gonna lie, The Flash is my show, like it's my new show, but Entourage is the best TV show ever made.
bro,
I promise you though. That's really what motivated me about
it's
everything.
so motivating, right?
That
Like
is
you see
crazy.
that and you're
Like, when
just
you
like
watch
me
that
and my
in LA,
boys. Like this is the
Bro,
dream. Like,
Entourage is literally just even when you said that, I just
bro,
and Power's on there.
Power,
too.
yeah. The guy who played Turtle in Entourage is in Power.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, 100%. Nah, yeah, he got killed in there.
Yeah, he did. That shit was
Tommy
sad.
killed him and all that. It's crazy.
So, are there any other spare time hobbies, or I guess more importantly, like any fun facts about Amaru Cloud that people tuning in and be like, shit, like I would have never
Something
known
nutty.
that about him.
Yeah, I mean, damn, I be horse riding.
Dead
All that
ass?
stuff. Yeah, I be horse riding and shit. Nah, but I'm literally it's cause I like horse racing though. But I just wanted
You
to
ever
know how
go
to
to
ride a
like
horse.
the track?
Nah, I
and,
go all the
like,
time. Like this year, like
Belmont State?
all jokes aside, this year I'm getting a horse.
You're
Like,
getting
I'm
a
talking
horse?
about like a claiming race.
Dude, that
horse.
is straight out fucking Entourage. Though.
Nah, but for
remember
real
when
though, like-
Johnny Drama gets the horse and gives it to Ed Burns? You remember?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like I've been on this since I was like 4 years old. Like my grandmother's taking me like Saratoga racetrack.
Absolutely.
That's where my grandmother's from. So Saratoga. So I'd go there. I see the races all the time. I go to Belmont. Everywhere else, I go to California. But I'm saying like really like it sounds funny, but like really like study the horses. Like I'm talking about like this summer there's the track meet, and that's gonna be the first horse that I get.
That's a fun
So that's
fact.
for me. Horse racing and all
Horse
that. That I
racing.
like horse racing and horse.
No, I like where you went with that one.
That's nutty, right?
That is a fun fact.
Gotta be honest.
I always sucked at riding horses. I mean, I haven't tried it in years, but shit, like I watched so much Game of Thrones as far as TV shows
with
and
it?
shit go, bro. I watched so much Game of Thrones.
Nah, I
And
stopped.
half
bro.
of the shit's horse, like people on horses, half the show.
On the whole show, yeah, nah, but I stopped doing it though for a second, cause I had like an incident happen and things like that.
You break some?
Nah, I was in the rink, and it's mad funny though because I be in there like the way I look and all that, and then literally it's just 11-year-old, 12-year-old girls that like
Showing you
mastered this, like doing jumps.
That's
and
the
shit.
worst, yeah.
Yo, it's crazy though because literally I'm going, and I'm on a horse. It's the funniest shit ever, bro. The ears horse kept going to the back. I'm in a big ass rink, like mad parents watching mad shit, and I just go dolo. I don't tell nobody I go. You feel me?
Well, now
And literally,
sorry to blow your cover now, but
And then I go, so literally out of nowhere, the horse starts blitzing in the rink. You heard? Like,
you end up
just
on
going.
your
No. The horse just is going. It keeps running around, and everybody's yelling at me like, yo, break. Like, pull the horse. I'm pulling it. It's not moving. The shit keep going. And then the shit finally stopped.
You like fearing for your life while that shit's going on? almost?
Nah, literally, I was just like, bro, I'm done.
Like, yeah,
I
you're
was like,
fine.
it's over. Like, that was the last day, and then literally, I get off the horse.
Oh, you stopped doing it after.
Yeah, this was a couple months ago. And then literally I get off the horse and then like the shit's bucking. And I'm like, and then they made me walk the horse over like so I wouldn't be afraid of that shit. But yeah, that was
Sorry that happened to you, man. While 11-year-old girls are literally just riding around
Riding
like
around.
killing that shit like
yeah,
that.
I look crazy.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to also, as we reach the end of this interview, wanted to give you an opportunity to shout out anyone that we haven't gotten an opportunity to give flowers to? Is there anyone, you know, close? You know, I know Miko is. You know,
Oh yeah, Meek's 100%.
we hope to have him here, but I guess he's a little under the weather. It's but-
I mean, I just you know, Meek's obviously he's helped me with everything. That's my brother, you feel me? O'Dane, always of course,
Yep.
Quill. Everybody else, just you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'm missing
I
somebody.
feel like I never got a chance to meet him, but Polo,
rest in peace, Polo. That's crazy.
someone definitely
Polo, 100%. Polo was definitely somebody, you feel me, who, you know, I cared about a lot. He cared about me a lot. And that's who I first started doing any of my videos with. First person when I moved to Montclair, that town, you know, he was my neighbor and all of that. So, you know, rest in peace, Polo. That's crazy. But that's all. Flowers, feel me, to Michael Norrisberg, feel me? Flowers to my family, everybody else. But yeah.
You need a good Jewish guy in your corner, bro. Like
That's what it is. Yeah. You know he's Jewish?
Norrisberg?
Yeah, Norrisberg, yeah. Yarmulkes. Oh, know that.
Oh, he wears the yarmulke?
Yeah, yarmulkes.
Oh, I didn't know it was like that, but
Nah.
Telling you, in the music business, you know, you want people like that.
I always say that. I always make jokes about that. You know what I'm saying?
To him,
in a
like you
positive
said,
light.
yeah,
In
yeah.
a positive light.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, definitely plug your social media where people can find you. You know, obviously where people can find your music on streaming services. And I'm gonna remind the people again. Feel free to repeat it after me because it can't be said enough times. The Last Dance album on all streaming services. Make sure when that's out, go stream it. I know I'll be posting about it. You'll be posting about it. I would
100%,
very
man.
much assume. I highly doubt it's gonna disappoint.
Oh,
Wow, here too. One, I guess, outside of music thing. What's the tattoo on your neck?
Like
we're
the
covering the
tattoos?
whole subject of Amaru Cloud.
Nah. The tattoos is the 3 lines is for my mother, like because you know it's just like a spiritual symbol for her. That like you know I was kind of bugging out when I was younger, and then like she had me, feel me, do this ceremony and things like that, and this was like the markings that they put all over me. So then you feel me, I put it on my neck, and then the thunderbolt is for the flash. You said.
Yeah.
And then the ReUp over my eyebrow is my little brother, because my little brother died, came back to life. For me, because he got stabbed in New York City, in Manhattan.
He came back to life.
Yeah, he was like 15 years old. He got stabbed up by like 5 people all at once.
What has he said about like that experience? Like you asked
No. He's built like that. He's Gucci. Now he's doing MMA now. He's be going crazy. But but yeah, my little brother. And then then this one is just a 9 because my last name Roman numeral 9 because my last name is Cloud. You feel me? Cloud 9.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, feel me. But yeah, that's it though. Not too much for me. Has a little bit of meaning right there.
Absolutely, that's important. Some people just get shit tatted on them that doesn't mean anything.
Yo, you know what's so I swear though, this like a minute ago though, this is probably like even before I made mommy and none of that shit. Some girl DM me, like for me, shouts out to her. But she dead ass got that tatted on her neck. No funny shit.
Like you didn't coordinate that, nothing.
Oh, word of my mother, she got this tatted on her neck. This shit is crazy. Like she got the 3 lines and then she sent me a video of it and sent it. I'm like, nah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But nah, yeah.
Ezra, so I didn't mean to jump the gun. I was just wanted to throw that in there before we ended. But like I was saying before, drop your social media where people can find you on streaming.
Nah, yeah, you can find me, feel me. My @ name for everything is just @Amaru Cloud, AMARUCLOUD. Me dropping a project, The Last Dance.
Oh yeah.
It's going crazy. This is gonna be the turning point of everything. We're gonna remember that we said this.
Oh my God, we're speaking some real shit into existence tonight, man. I'll tell you that much. But if you enjoyed this video and you're still with us, please please subscribe to the new channel. You can find me on Instagram @HarrisonSinger_. On TikTok @HarrisonSinger_. Twitter, there's a dude named Harrison Singer who has Harrison Singer handle for everything, right? Yeah. I reached out to this guy through email. I started the email with like, "Hi Harrison. Like, first thing I just gotta say is you have an amazing name, right? But what can I do to get the name, yeah. He answered me once. He never got back to me. So if you ever come across my stuff, give me that at least Instagram, bro. Like, but for now, HarrisonSinger_ on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, the whole 9. Again, subscribe to the channel. And if, you got cut off, blah, blah, whatever it is, you can't watch the video to any of these podcasts, this one we just had with Amaru, or any of the episodes prior, we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on iHeart, we're on Google, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. So tap in, help me run up this bag. It's for your benefit, because the content, honestly, like,
it's good content. Just
like Amaru's upcoming album, I just don't think it's going to disappoint. So tap in, @HarrisonSinger_. More importantly, tap into everything Amaru has out already, but this album that he's got coming out I also want to give a special shout out to my boys, Amart, who's in the building, to Jamie, the godsend in this beautiful location, just a blessing. To my boy David, who I've been meaning to shout out for the last like 3 interviews, giving David his flowers. Thank you to everyone who's a part of the production. I'm glad we, Amaru, bro, got to sit down and chop it up. This was a lot of fucking fun, bro. Appreciate you taking the time, man.
Yeah, already gang.
Hey, until next time, everybody.
She don't know she in love with a sinner. Moving hot in the spot, she told me come over. She said that she swear she got thicker. No, I gotta stay low, she live by the ops. I'm dolo, I don't need the members. No, we spunning on back in December. Like, trust me, we know you remember. My bitch too gangster, she keep chops in her little baby bands. You hold me down and stick it out, then you my lady then. I can't show love, I lost my trust, can't get that shit again. I stay on hots, the Scully tuck, she pray this shit end. But no, I can't go like that, she acting out, think shit a joke. She just let us see these bins that's poking out my coat. But baby, I can't fuck with you if you gon' do the most. Like, push 180 in this Renty, grip on me and hold tight. She like the way I maneuver. She got a thing for a shooter. I got them killers around me, them niggas on static, like let's get into it. I get them bands where you at, like what we doing. Know where I stand, know I'm the man, I hit just off the music.